Most bikers follow the basics. Wear a helmet, don't speed, signal your turns. But hidden beneath the surface are 23 little-known motorcycle rules that can cost you big. Ignore them, and you risk fines, failures, or unforgettable mishaps. Strap in, because what you don't know can hurt you, and in this case, it might just cost you your bike. Secret number 23. It is legal to run a red light in some states. Places like Illinois, Missouri, and Minnesota have special laws that let bikers move through an intersection if the traffic sensors don't detect them. Most lights are designed to sense the weight of a car, not a 500-pound motorcycle. That's why riders often get stuck waiting forever with no safe way to cross. The rule is pretty simple. If you've waited for about 2 minutes and the light still isn't changing, you can carefully proceed through the intersection, but you have to make sure it's absolutely safe. These laws vary from state to state, so don't assume you can pull this move everywhere you ride. Illinois passed this law back in 2012 after bikers complained about getting stranded at dead intersections. It gave them a legal way to move on without breaking standard traffic rules. If you run the light too early or move without checking for traffic, you could get a fine between $100 and $250. Always double-check your local rules so you don't get caught making an illegal move. Don't let that one rattle you. What's next will make you double-check your own habits. Secret number 22. Helmet optional laws. You might think riding without a helmet is illegal everywhere, but in states like Florida, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, it's allowed if you meet some conditions. To ride without a helmet, you must be over 21 years old and carry a minimum amount of medical insurance, usually around $10,000. The idea is simple. If you're old and insured enough, the state lets you take the risk. However, the fine print matters. Some states limit helmet-free riding to certain bike types or engine sizes. For example, smaller scooters might still require helmets, even if bigger bikes don't. Insurance requirements also vary and are strictly enforced. Florida allows helmet-free riding, but only if your insurance proof is ready for inspection. If you can't show it, you're in trouble. Getting caught without a helmet or without valid insurance can lead to fines up to $500 and points on your license. You might have dodged that one, but the next secret can sneak up when you're least expecting it. Secret number 21. It's illegal to carry a passenger without foot pegs. If your motorcycle doesn't have passenger foot pegs, you're not just being reckless. You might be breaking the law. In many states, it's 100% illegal to carry a passenger unless your bike is properly equipped with foot pegs and a legit seat. Nope, that padded fender doesn't count. A lot of riders strip the pegs off for that sleek, custom look. But the second you toss someone on the back, even just to cruise down the block, you've turned your machine into a ticket magnet. Cops won't care how short the ride is. No pegs equals no passenger, period. Fines can run from $100 to $250, and in some places, it can ding your insurance record too. So, unless you're cool with paying to look cool, make sure those pegs and that seat are legit before doubling up. Ready to feel called out? This next one separates the real riders from the reckless. Secret number 20. Eye protection required, even with a windshield. Eye protection isn't optional, and your windshield doesn't count. Windshields block breeze, sure, but what about a bee at 70 miles per hour? A flying pebble kicked up by the truck in front of you? Or a swarm of sand just waiting to ruin your night ride? That's when you'll wish you had proper eye protection. And no, your stylish everyday sunglasses don't cut it. True riding eyewear needs to be shatter-resistant and built to handle the road. Drop them, take a hit, or get caught in the rain. They're still supposed to protect you. Night riding? That's a whole different game. Dark or mirrored lenses might make you look cool, but they'll kill your visibility and can actually be illegal after sunset in many areas. If you're squinting in the dark with tinted lenses, you're not just unsafe, you're asking for trouble. Smart riders carry a clear visor or backup night-ready glasses. It's a small detail that separates weekend warriors from true road veterans. Because when it comes to your vision, there are no shortcuts, just scars and citations. Time to bust a myth most bikers swear by. Spoiler, it could be making you look like an amateur. Hit like if you're done riding blind. Subscribe and join the riders who actually know their stuff. Secret number 19, fine for improper foot position. While riding, your feet must stay planted firmly on the foot pegs. It doesn't matter if you're stretching, adjusting your boots, or just trying to get comfortable. If a trooper sees your feet off the pegs while moving, you could get pulled over. The idea behind this law is simple. Keeping your feet on the pegs helps maintain better control of your bike. Even a quick stretch could be seen as losing control, especially in busy traffic or at higher speeds. It sounds strict, but officers are trained to look for any signs of risky riding. In Texas, several riders have been fined during long highway trips just for momentarily laying their feet. The fines are costly, over $100. Repeat violations could also minus points on your license. Shift or stretch only when fully stopped. Even small moves can lead to big fines if you're not careful. Next up, a riding habit so common it's almost invisible, and that's exactly the problem. Secret number 18, riding side by side can be illegal. Some states require motorcycles to ride in staggered formation or even single file, especially once you hit higher speeds. They argue that riding side by side limits maneuverability and reaction time if something goes wrong. In group rides, side by side formation is common during slow parades or parking lot practice, but once you're out on public roads, the law expects more caution. If traffic is heavy or lanes are narrow, officers are quick to cite riders for unsafe operation, even if it's not officially banned in the state code. Riders in Arkansas have been ticketed during casual weekend rides just for cruising shoulder to shoulder in light traffic. When riding in a group, stagger your position. It keeps you legal and gives you extra space to dodge trouble. If you've been riding for years, you might still be guilty of this next one. Secret number 17, special license required for trikes. Three-wheelers may look easier, but they ride nothing like a traditional motorcycle, and the license you get, for one, it might not cover what you think it does. Trikes don't lean. You steer them like a car, not a bike, and that changes everything, especially at speed or in corners. Because of this, many licensing authorities treat them as a different class of machine. If you take your motorcycle test on a trike, your license may be restricted to only three-wheelers. Surprise! That shiny new license doesn't let you legally ride a standard two-wheeled motorcycle. Plenty of new riders fall into this trap thinking a trike test is the easy way in, but switching to a two-wheeler later, that'll require another test. And if you skip it, you're riding dirty. Getting caught without the proper endorsement can mean fines, points, or even a license suspension. If you plan to jump between 2 and 3 wheels, make sure you're covered for both. Otherwise, that freedom ride could turn into a legal nightmare. Here comes a rule that's legal, logical, and totally ignored by most riders. Secret number 16, motorcycle parking on sidewalks. In some cities, motorcycles are allowed to park on sidewalks, but only under strict conditions. You might get away with it if you're not blocking foot traffic, ramps, or entrances. But here's the catch. These rules are hyper-local. 1 block it's fine, 2 blocks over, it's a $100 ticket and a $300 tow. And don't expect clear signage to save you. In many places, the rules are buried in obscure municipal codes that change neighborhood to neighborhood. Just because you see a row of bikes doesn't mean it's legal. It might just mean you're all getting fined together. If you want to look like a real rider, park like one. Always scan for signs, look for painted curb zones, and when in doubt, skip the sidewalk altogether. Saving a few steps isn't worth a surprise bill or a missing bike, because nothing kills the thrill of a perfect ride faster than finding out your bike's been towed while you were grabbing a latte. Hold tight, this next secret could cost you more than just your pride. Secret number 15, tinted visors are illegal at night. At night, clear or lightly tinted visors are required by law. The reason is simple. Dark visors reduce visibility and make it harder to spot hazards in low light. Even if your tinted visor seems fine under city lights, it's a big risk on dark back roads or highways. Lawmakers treat this seriously because poor visibility can quickly lead to accidents. Some officers will pull you over even before you notice how much you're struggling to see. In California, nighttime safety checks often include a quick visor inspection. Riders with dark visors have been fined on the spot. Many modern visors now come with both tinted and clear options. Swap to the clear side when darkness falls to stay safe and avoid unwanted trouble with the police. We're not slowing down. Next is a trick that could save you from a nasty surprise on the road. Secret number 14. Loud pipes are sometimes illegal. Loud pipes save lives. Yeah, we've all heard it. Some riders wear that motto like a badge of honor, rattling windows and setting off car alarms at every stoplight. But here's the truth. While noise might get you noticed, it can also get you unwanted attention, and not the good kind. What many riders forget is that excessive noise isn't just annoying to the public, it draws heat. Modified exhausts that scream at full throttle may sound powerful, but they also make you a rolling target. Even factory pipes can get louder over time with rust, wear, or tiny leaks, and that might be enough to put you on someone's radar. Beyond the legal side, there's a street-smart code to riding. You want to be respected, not resented. Blasting down residential streets or rev bombing in traffic doesn't make you look tough. It makes you look careless. Real riders know when to let the throttle growl and when to keep it chill. Want to stand out? Ride with skill, not noise. Keep your exhaust tight, your tone clean, and your rep intact. Because loud pipes may get you noticed, but not always in the way you think. Think you're in control? This next one proves otherwise. Secret number 13. Handlebar height restrictions. There's something iconic about a set of towering ape hangers slicing through the wind. It screams rebellion, style, and old-school attitude. But here's the part many riders miss. There are limits, and not just the ones you push on the road. Handlebar height isn't just about looks or comfort, it's regulated for safety. Depending on where you ride, laws may restrict how high your bars can reach, usually measured against your shoulders or your seat height. Go too tall, and you're no longer just a stylish rider. You're now technically non-compliant. The problem is, many riders install tall bars thinking they're fine because the shop bolted them on without blinking. But those shops don't always measure for legality, and law enforcement will. If your grips are towering over your head or even slightly above the legal limit, you're setting yourself up for trouble. You might love that stretched out high-rise stance, but real riders know how to ride and stay within the lines. Want to roll clean and keep your setup looking mean? Measure twice, install once, and know the limit before you raise your fists to the wind. This next secret? Let's just say it separates the brave from the boneheaded. Secret number 12. Mandatory headlight use even during daylight. The sun's out, sky's clear, and you're carving through the streets thinking, who needs headlights in broad daylight? The answer? You do. Real riders know that headlights aren't just for nighttime. They're a vital visibility tool, no matter what the weather looks like. Daytime headlight use isn't about lighting the road ahead. It's about making sure other drivers see you before it's too late. Studies have shown that a lit headlight drastically increases your visibility in traffic, especially in blind spots, intersections, or during quick lane changes. Without it, you blend into the scenery like a ghost in plain sight. Modern bikes often have auto-on systems built in, but if you're riding an older machine or you've modded your setup, you're responsible for flipping that switch every time you fire up the engine. Miss it, and you're riding dark, even in daylight. Headlights might not feel like a big deal, but when it comes to staying alive on the road, they're one of the smallest habits with the biggest payoff. Keep it simple. Bike on, light on. If you forget this, you're not just risking your ride, you're risking your life. From habit to hazard, this next move turns dangerous fast. Secret number 11. Always watch the front wheel of the car, not the driver. While a driver's face might be hidden behind sunglasses or distracted by a phone, their front wheel tells the real story. It moves before the rest of the vehicle reacts. A subtle roll forward, a shift in angle, or the tiniest twitch can signal a sudden lane change, a last-minute turn, or a creeping stop long before the driver makes it obvious. This is the kind of detail most casual riders miss, and it's exactly what separates the sharp riders from the ones who end up with close calls. The front wheel is your early warning system, giving you that critical half-second to swerve, slow down, or throttle out of danger. Riding isn't just about balance and speed, it's about awareness. Predicting behavior in traffic is a superpower, and the front wheel is your cheat code. Don't waste time decoding a driver's head tilt or wondering what they'll do next. Stay low with your gaze and let the front wheel do the talking. It's always honest, and it just might save your life. We're about to hit a detail that most riders flat out forget until it's way too late. Secret number 10. Wave when it's safe, not just because you have to. The biker wave. It's more than a gesture. It's a silent nod of respect, a rolling brotherhood salute. Every rider knows the feeling. You see someone on two wheels coming your way, and your hand just wants to go up. But here's the deal. Timing matters more than tradition. Waving should never come at the cost of control. You're not just chilling out there, you're piloting a machine at speed. Mid-curve, tight traffic, one-handed through a sketchy stretch. That's not the time to show off your community spirit. Keep your hands where they belong, on the grips, doing what they're built to do. Smart riders don't wave on instinct. They wave with intention. When the road is straight, the space is safe, and your throttle hand is steady, then yeah, throw that wave, flash that peace sign, give the nod. It's part of what makes the ride awesome. But trying to salute while dodging potholes or leaning through a twisty canyon, that's how cool turns into careless. The road deserves your full attention. Save the wave for when it won't cost you control, because real riders know safety first, salute second. Heads up, this next one isn't just smart, it's pure survival instinct. Secret number 9. Rain doesn't kill grip. Paint and oil do. Rain makes riders nervous, but it's not the water that'll take you down. It's what's hiding beneath it. Paint, oil, metal covers, and those glossy patches on the road, that's where grip goes to die. Wet pavement still offers traction if your tires are decent and your riding is smooth. But painted lines? Total slip zones. Hit one mid-turn and your tires might skate like you're on ice. Add a manhole cover or some leaked oil from the traffic ahead, and things get sketchy fast. Worse, these hazards are often invisible until you're right on top of them. So what's the move? Stay cool, stay smooth. No sudden twists, jerks, or panic brakes. Feather your inputs. Throttle, brakes, lean. Be deliberate, not reactive. When you spot a slick hazard, adjust early. Ride around it if you can. Stand the bike up if you're leaned over, and never, ever brake hard on top of it. Rain doesn't have to ruin your ride. But ignoring what's beneath the rain, that's what gets you in trouble. Riders talk the talk, but this next tip proves who actually walks the walk. Secret number 8, never pass a car at an intersection. Intersections are chaos factories. You've got cars turning left without signaling, others slamming brakes for red lights, and some inching forward just to peek. It's bad enough in a car, but on a motorcycle, trying to pass at an intersection? That's a gamble with terrible odds. Even if a driver looks like they're going straight, don't bet on it. People change their minds in a heartbeat. One random turn of the wheel, one pedestrian suddenly crossing, one missed turn, and you could be right in their path. Most drivers aren't checking their blind spots carefully, especially for a slim profile like yours. Passing in or near an intersection strips you of options. No clean escape routes, no room to throttle out of danger. You're boxed in, surrounded by unpredictable metal boxes doing unpredictable things. Savvy riders hold back. They wait until the chaos clears, until the cars have committed, and the space ahead is wide open. That's when you make your move. Passing a car is easy. Passing safely takes brains. Unless you want to look like a rookie, pass at the light. Want to ride like a legend? Wait it out, then own the road with confidence. You've probably seen it done 100 times, but doing it yourself could be a major mistake. Secret number 7, don't ride next to a car if you don't have to. One of the worst places you can ride is right next to a car. It feels harmless, maybe even casual, but it's actually a danger zone wrapped in sheet metal. Drivers are unpredictable. They drift, they swerve, they change lanes without looking or signaling. And guess where their blind spot is? Yep, exactly where you're sitting when you ride beside them too long. Savvy riders know you either pass or you back off, but don't hang in the middle. That limbo zone gives you zero control and makes you invisible to the people with the power to ruin your day. Even if the car seems steady, things change fast. Texting, sneezing, adjusting the radio, and suddenly they're drifting into your lane. If you're in the wrong spot, you won't have time or space to react. The solution? Own your lane position. Either move ahead to where they can clearly see you, or hang back with space to breathe. You want to ride where you're noticed, not where you're guessing whether they see you. This one's all about control, and how to lose it in half a second if you're not careful. Secret number 6, gear isn't just for style, it's survival. Looking cool on a bike is great, but looking cool won't save your skin in a crash. That leather jacket? It's more than style. It's your armor, your helmet. It's the reason you walk away with your brain still intact. Riding in shorts and sneakers might feel breezy, but one fall will change your mind real quick. Road rash isn't just painful, it's brutal. And broken bones are no joke. Smart riders don't gamble with their bodies. They gear up every single ride, no matter how short the trip. Gloves, jacket, boots, helmet, the whole package. Not because they expect to crash, but because they know it can happen. This next secret? It's subtle, sneaky, and could throw your whole ride off course. Secret number 5. Don't ride hungry, tired, or angry. Riding is physical. It's one of those things you need to know before ever throwing a leg over a bike. You're not just sitting, you're balancing, reacting, and constantly adjusting. Your body and brain work as a team. That's why smart riders never hit the road hungry, tired, or angry. Hunger messes with your focus. Fatigue slows your reflexes. And riding angry? That's a shortcut to bad decisions and close calls. Your mental and physical state affects everything. Braking, cornering, reacting to sudden danger. If your head's not in the game, your ride becomes a gamble. Before every ride, check in with yourself. Am I alert? Calm? Ready? If the answer's no, park the bike and reset. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. Now we're getting serious. Ignore this next one, and you're riding blind. Secret number 4. Tap your brake to warn tailgaters. When a car is too close behind, it's important to communicate. A simple tap on your brake lever can get the message across. This subtle move lets the driver know you're aware of them and their proximity. It's a signal to back off without making sudden moves. The brief brake light flash gives the driver a heads up. If they don't react in time, you have an escape route. Tapping your brake not only alerts the driver, but also creates space between you and them. It gives you time to react if the driver doesn't. Always stay alert and make sure you're ready to maneuver. The top 3 are coming. But first, a secret every experienced rider should know by heart. Secret number 3, ride at your own pace, not your buddies. Do not give in to peer pressure. The key to smart riding is comfort and control. Just because your buddy is zooming past doesn't mean you should follow. Know your limits and stick to them. It's tempting to keep up, but there's no glory in pushing yourself too hard. Ride at your own pace, focusing on your skills, not anyone else's speed. Master cornering, braking, and accelerating at your level. Respect the road and your bike. Trust yourself and don't let anyone dictate your ride. Keep your ego in check. And remember, it's your ride, your rules. Safe and steady wins the race, every time. We're down to the final stretch, and this next one might be the most overlooked rule of all. Secret number 2, always keep your bike in top shape. A smooth ride starts with a well-maintained bike. Regular checks can save you from surprises. Tires, brakes, and fluids are your top priorities. Check the air pressure before every ride. Low pressure? You're asking for a blowout. Brakes? Don't skimp on safety. Change your oil regularly to keep the engine purring like a kitten. Most importantly, always inspect the lights and signals. You need to be seen on the road, especially at night. A clean, maintained bike ensures better handling, more power, and, let's face it, fewer breakdowns. The road's tough enough. Don't make your ride harder by skipping these steps. Only one more to go. And trust me, it's the one thing that could make or break every ride you take. Secret number 1, avoid blind spots, even in your lane. It's easy to feel safe in your lane, but be aware, other drivers often don't see you. Stay out of blind spots, especially on multi-lane roads. If a driver can't see you, they can't avoid you. Adjust your position to remain visible, either slightly ahead or behind other vehicles. When you're riding, always anticipate where vehicles around you might move. If you're riding in a blind spot, be ready to make a quick move. A slight change in lane position could keep you out of danger. And there you have it, 23 secrets every real rider should know. But don't hang up your helmet just yet. This ride isn't over. If you thought these secrets were wild, wait until you see 20 secret motorcycle laws no one knows about.